He always wanted to change. Every Sunday night, he made a promise to himself. From tomorrow, I will wake up early. From tomorrow, I will train hard. From tomorrow, I will become disciplined. But tomorrow never stayed. It always escaped. His name does not matter, because this story is not about his name. It is about his mind. He was not poor. He was not sick. He was not unlucky. He was simply distracted. His phone was always in his hand. His sleep was always late. His energy was always low. He watched motivational videos at night. He felt strong for 10 minutes. Then he slept at 2 a.m. In the morning, the alarm rang. His eyes opened. Then his mind whispered, "Sleep 5 more minutes." 5 minutes became 30. 30 minutes became 1 hour. And just like that, another day was gone. He hated this cycle. He hated that he knew what to do, but he never did it. One evening, while walking home, he saw a small old bookstore. He had never entered that shop before. Something pushed him inside. The shop was quiet. Dust was on the shelves. Old books were everywhere. In one corner, he saw a thin black notebook. No design, no picture, just plain black cover. He opened it. On the first page, there was only one sentence. A warrior is not born. He is built in silence. His heart felt something strange. He turned the page. It said, Ninpo 100 Days Discipline System. Below it, one line was written. If you complete 100 days, your old self will disappear. He smiled a little. It sounded dramatic, but deep inside, he felt curious. He bought the notebook and went home. That night, he read the first rule. Day 1 rule. Wake up before sunrise. Wash face with cold water. Sit in silence for 10 minutes. Do 20 push-ups. No phone for the first hour. That's it. It looked simple. He laughed. This is easy. He set his alarm for 5 a.m. for the first time in months. The alarm rang. His room was dark. His body felt heavy. His bed felt warm. His mind started talking. Sleep. It's too early. You can start tomorrow. One day will not change anything. He closed his eyes again. Then suddenly, he remembered the line. A warrior is built in silence. He opened his eyes again. His heart was beating fast. It felt like a small battle. No one was watching him. No one would know if he slept again. But he would know. Slowly, he removed the blanket. His feet touched the cold floor. His body was weak. But he walked to the bathroom. Cold water hit his face. His breath stopped for 1 second. Then he felt awake. Not fully strong, but awake. He sat on the floor. 10-minute silence. At first, his mind was loud. He thought about work. He thought about problems. He thought about random things. But he did not move. He just sat there. After silence, he did 20 push-ups. His arms were shaking. By push-up number 15, he wanted to quit. But he finished. When he stood up, something small changed. It was not motivation. It was not excitement. It was control. Small control. Day 2 was harder. Because now the excitement was gone. His body was more tired. His mind was more clever. It gave better excuses. You slept late. You need rest. You can double tomorrow. But he remembered something from the notebook. Missing 1 day is weakness. Missing 2 days becomes identity. That line scared him. He did not want to be weak again. So he stood up. Again. Day 5 came. Now his body was hurting. His shoulders were sore. His legs felt heavy. He started questioning the system. Will this really change me? Is this even worth it? But then he noticed something. He was waking up before the world. The streets were silent. The sky was dark blue. Birds were just starting to sing. For the first time, he felt ahead. While others were sleeping, he was building something, even if it was small. Day 8 was dangerous. He slept at 1:30 a.m. the night before. Morning came. Alarm rang. He looked at the clock. His mind said, "You need sleep more than discipline." He almost agreed. His hand even moved toward the alarm. But then he asked himself one question. If I cannot control 5 a.m., how will I control my life? That question hit hard. He sat up immediately. Cold water. Silence. Push-ups. Done. Not perfect, but done. By day 12, something strange happened. He stopped arguing with himself. Alarm rang. He stood up. No discussion. No drama. Just action. He understood something important. The first 10 seconds decide everything. If he stayed in bed for 10 seconds, he lost. If he stood up immediately, he won. It was that simple. Day 15. He looked at himself in the mirror. Same face, same body, but his eyes looked different. Sharper, calmer. He was not fully disciplined yet, but he was no longer fully weak. His mornings were controlled. And when you control the morning, you control the direction of the day. But on day 18, something unexpected happened. He felt bored, very bored. The routine felt normal now. No excitement, no struggle, just repetition. And that is when he understood. Real discipline is boring. It is not dramatic. It is not loud. It is quiet repetition. Most people quit here, not because it is hard, but because it is not exciting anymore. He thought about quitting, just for one day. But then he opened the notebook again. On the next page, he saw new words. You have controlled the morning. Now prepare to kill comfort. His heart beat faster. He realized something important. The first 20 days were only the beginning. The real training had not started yet. And deep inside, he felt both fear and excitement, because he knew this system was not just changing his routine. It was slowly breaking his old identity, and the weak version of him was starting to disappear. By day 20, he thought he was becoming strong. He was waking up early. He was doing push-ups. He was sitting in silence. He felt proud. But the Ninpo notebook was quiet for 2 days. On the night of day 20, he opened the next page. There were only 4 words written. Comfort is your real enemy. Below that, new rules were written. Days 21 to 40 rule. Do one uncomfortable thing every day. Take cold showers only. Remove one bad habit. Do the hardest task first every morning. No sugar. No junk food. He stared at the page. This felt different. Morning routine was hard, but this felt painful. Cold showers in winter. No sugar at all. Hardest task first. His mind immediately started complaining. This is too much. You already improved. Why suffer more? But then he asked himself something simple. If comfort made me strong, why was I weak before? He had no answer. So on day 21, the real battle started. The water was freezing. He stood in the bathroom, staring at the shower. His hand touched the tap. He stopped. His heart was beating fast. It was just water, but his body felt fear. He slowly turned it on. Cold water hit his skin. His breath stopped. His muscles tightened. For a few seconds, he wanted to jump out, but he stayed. He remembered the rule. Stay, even if it hurts. After 1 minute, something changed. The shock became strength. When he stepped out, his body felt alive. His mind felt clear. He understood something. Cold water did not make him strong. It made him brave. Next challenge. No sugar. He did not realize how much sugar he ate. Tea with sugar. Biscuits. Snacks. Day 23. He felt angry for no reason. His body was asking for comfort. He felt irritated. Small things made him upset. He realized something powerful. He was not addicted to sugar. He was addicted to comfort. Removing sugar was removing easy pleasure. And his mind did not like that. But he continued. Day 25. He failed. That evening, he was tired. Work was stressful. He saw sweets on the table. He told himself, just one. 1 became 3. After eating, guilt came back. Old feeling, old weakness. He sat quietly. He felt disappointed. But instead of quitting, he opened the notebook. There was a line written on the next page. You are not weak because you fall. You are weak if you stay down. He read it again and again. The next morning, he woke up early. Cold shower. No sugar. Hardest task first. He did not try to be perfect. He tried to continue. And that changed everything. Now came the hardest rule. Do the hardest task first, before checking phone, before talking to anyone, before easy work. This rule attacked his laziness directly. Day 28, he had an important project. He wanted to delay it. He wanted to scroll phone first. But he remembered, win the first battle of the day. So he sat down, phone away, door closed. He started working. First 10 minutes were painful. His mind wanted distraction, but he forced himself to continue. After 40 minutes, something happened. He entered deep focus. Time moved fast. Work was finished before noon. For the first time in months, he felt proud of his output, not because it was perfect, but because he did not delay. Day 30 arrived. This was a dangerous day. Many people quit around day 30. Why? Because progress feels slow. He looked at himself. He was not a superhero. He was not extremely muscular. He was not rich. So a voice came. What is the point? That voice was soft, but dangerous. He walked outside in the early morning. Cold air touched his face. The sky was orange. He asked himself, before Ninpo, what was I? Lazy, late, distracted, and now? Early, focused, more controlled. Change was small, but real. That morning, he made a silent decision. I will not stop at 30. Days 31 to 35 were heavy. His body felt tired. His mind felt bored. Routine became normal. Cold showers were less shocking now. No sugar felt normal. Hard tasks first became habit. But now a new enemy appeared. Ego. He started feeling superior. He started thinking, I am more disciplined than others. One evening, he opened the notebook again, as if it knew his thoughts. It said, if discipline makes you proud, you are still controlled by ego. That line hit him hard. He understood. Warrior discipline is silent, not loud, not for showing others, for controlling yourself. He became more humble. He stopped talking about his routine. He stopped explaining his system to others. He just continued quietly. Day 37. Unexpected problem came. He got sick. Mild fever. Body weak. He could not do full workout. For the first time, he felt fear. Will this break my streak? He read the notebook carefully. It said, discipline is not stupidity. Rest when needed, but do not quit. So he adjusted. No heavy push-ups. But he still woke up early. He still avoided sugar. He still sat in silence. He did what he could, not what was perfect, and that gave him confidence, because now he knew discipline is flexible, but quitting is not allowed. Day 40. He stood in front of the mirror again. Something was different. His posture was stronger. His eyes were calmer. His movements were slower but more controlled. He was not reacting quickly anymore. He was responding. Comfort no longer controlled him. He could say no to easy pleasure. He could choose hard action, and that is real power. But when he opened the notebook that night, his heart beat faster. The next page said, you have killed comfort. Now you must control the mind. Below it, one line was written in bold. Days 41 to 60 enter the silent focus. He did not fully understand what that meant, but he felt something serious was coming. The body was trained. Now the mind would be tested. And deep inside, he knew the next 20 days would be even harder. By day 40, his body was stronger. He could wake up without struggle. Cold showers felt normal. Sugar no longer controlled him. He thought the hardest part was over. He was wrong. That night, he opened the Ninpo notebook. The next page was different. No long explanation. Only one sentence. Now you will fight your invisible enemy. Below it, days 41 to 60 rule. 1 hour deep focus daily. No phone. No music. No interruption. One task only. If your body obeys but your mind runs, you are still weak. He read the line again. His body was trained. But his mind? His mind was wild. Day 41. He chose a task. Simple work. He placed his phone in another room. Closed the door. Sat on his chair. Timer set for 1 hour. First 5 minutes were easy. Then it started. His mind whispered, check your phone. Maybe someone texted. You can reply quickly. Just 5 seconds. He ignored it. 10 minutes passed. Now new thoughts came. You are tired. This is boring. You deserve a break. His body wanted to move. His fingers wanted to scroll. But he remembered the rule. Body stays, even if mind runs. So he stayed. 30 minutes felt like 2 hours. He looked at the clock. Only 32 minutes passed. His mind was louder than ever. He realized something shocking. His biggest enemy was not laziness. It was distraction. Day 43. The first 2 days were painful, but he did not stop. Every morning, after routine, he sat for 1 hour. Same chair, same table, no phone. His mind tried new tricks. It showed him random memories, old conversations, future worries. Suddenly, he wanted to clean his room. Suddenly, he remembered small tasks. His brain was trying to escape focus. That day he understood something powerful. Distraction is not outside. It is inside. Day 45. Something small changed. First 15 minutes was still hard. But after that, silence started coming. His thoughts slowed down. He entered a deep state. Time moved fast. When the timer rang, he was surprised. 1 hour finished. For the first time, he felt real mental power. Not motivation. Not excitement. Control. Pure control. But Ninpo training was not soft. Day 47. He failed. He picked up his phone during focus time. Just for a second. But that second broke the rule. After that, focus was gone. He felt disappointed. He realized how fragile focus is. One small distraction can destroy it. That night, he wrote one sentence on his wall. Guard your attention like a warrior guards his sword. From next day, he became more strict. Phone outside room. Notifications off. Door locked. He respected his focus time. And slowly, focus respected him back. Day 50. Halfway through silent focus phase, he noticed something strange. He was thinking less. Earlier, he used to overthink everything. Small problems felt big. Now his mind was calm. When a problem came, he did not panic. He simply asked, "What is the solution?" He acted faster. He spoke less. He observed more. People around him started noticing. One friend asked, "Why are you so quiet these days?" He smiled and said, "Just working." He did not explain the system. He did not show off. Warrior discipline grows in silence. Day 52. New challenge appeared. Boredom. Focus training is not exciting. No music. No noise. Just one task. Same table. Same chair. His mind started saying, "This is too simple. You need something bigger. This is slow." But he remembered a line from earlier. Discipline is boring. That is why it works. He stayed consistent. He understood something deep. Most people never become powerful because they cannot sit alone with their thoughts. They always need noise. He was learning silence, and silence was changing him. Day 55. A stressful situation came. Unexpected problem at work. Old version of him would panic, would scroll phone, would delay solution. But this time, something different happened. He sat down, took a deep breath, focused on one solution. Step by step, within 2 hours, problem was solved. He realized something important. Focus is not just for work. It is for life. When mind is controlled, fear becomes smaller. Day 57. He felt stronger mentally than ever before. But ego tried to return. A small voice said, "You are different now. You are superior." That night, he opened the notebook, as if it knew his thoughts again. It said, "A true warrior does not fight others. He fights himself." That line brought him back to ground. He understood. This journey is not about becoming better than others. It is about becoming better than yesterday. Day 60. Last day of silent focus phase. He completed 1 full hour. No distraction. No struggle. Just deep work. After finishing, he closed his eyes. He compared day 1 and day 60. Day 1, weak mornings, lazy mind. Day 60, controlled mornings, sharp focus. He was not perfect, but he was powerful. Not loud power, silent power, the kind that people feel, without you saying anything. That night, he opened the next page. His heartbeat slowed. The page was simple. Only one sentence. Now you must act without emotion. Below it, days 61 to 80, discipline without feelings. He did not fully understand, but he knew one thing. If controlling comfort was hard, and controlling focus was harder, then controlling emotions would be war. And this time, the enemy would not be distraction. It would be feelings. By day 60, he had control over comfort. He had control over focus. But there was still one enemy left. Emotion. That night, he opened the Ninpo notebook. The next page said, "Feelings change every day. Discipline must not." Below it, days 61 to 80 rule. Do the work even when tired. Do the work even when sad. Do the work even when bored. No excuses based on mood. If you only act when you feel good, you are still a slave. He closed the notebook slowly. This phase felt different. Cold water was physical pain. Focus was mental training. But emotion was deep. It was personal. Day 61. He woke up tired. Very tired. He had slept late because of extra work. His body felt heavy. His head hurt. Old version of him would skip routine. But he remembered the rule. No excuses based on mood. He stood up anyway. Not fast. Not powerful. But he stood up. Cold water felt colder than usual. Push-ups felt harder. Silence felt uncomfortable. But he completed everything. That morning he understood something. Strength is not loud. It is quiet action when no one sees. Day 63. A bad day came. Unexpected argument with someone close to him. His heart felt heavy. His mind was distracted. He did not feel like training. He did not feel like focusing. He just wanted to lie down. Emotion was strong. Sadness was real. He sat on his bed, staring at the wall. Then one question came into his mind. If I stop because I am sad, who is in control? The emotion or him? Slowly, he stood up. He did not feel motivated. He did not feel strong. But he acted. He completed his routine quietly. After finishing, sadness was still there. But now he had self-respect. And self-respect is stronger than temporary emotion. Day 65. New challenge appeared. Boredom. Everything felt normal now. Wake up, cold shower, work, focus, no excitement, no drama. His mind started whispering, "This is repetitive. Nothing special is happening. Life should feel exciting." But he remembered something important. Excitement is temporary. Growth is silent. He continued, without chasing feelings, without waiting for motivation. Just action. Day 67. He felt angry one morning. No clear reason. Just irritation. Small things annoyed him. Earlier, he would react fast, speak loudly, blame others. But now he paused. He took a deep breath. He asked himself, is this emotion useful? The answer was no, so he chose silence. He completed his tasks calmly. That day he understood. Discipline is emotional control, not emotional suppression. Control. Day 70. Something surprising happened. He did not feel extreme happiness anymore, but he also did not feel deep sadness. His emotions became stable, balanced. He was not cold. He was calm. When good news came, he smiled. When bad news came, he stayed steady. People started noticing. You changed, someone told him. You don't react like before. He just nodded. Inside, he knew he was building something rare. Emotional stability. Day 72. A real test came. He got criticized. Harsh words, unfair comments. Old version of him would argue, would defend himself, would try to prove others wrong. This time, he listened quietly. It hurt, but he did not react. That night, he wrote in his journal, "A warrior does not fight every battle." He realized something powerful. Emotional reaction wastes energy. Controlled response saves energy. And energy is power. Day 75. He felt empty. No sadness. No excitement. Just neutral. For a moment, he questioned everything. Why am I doing this? What is the end goal? This was dangerous. Not pain, not anger, but doubt. He opened the Ninpo notebook again. On the next page, it said, "You are not building results. You are building identity." He read it again. Identity. He was not waking up early for success. He was not training for applause. He was becoming someone. Someone who acts. Someone who controls himself. Someone who does not depend on mood. That realization gave him strength. Day 77. He noticed something deep. Earlier, his emotions controlled his decisions. Now his decisions controlled his emotions. If he felt tired, he still acted. After acting, energy came. If he felt sad, he still moved. After moving, sadness became lighter. He understood. Action changes emotion, not the other way around. Most people wait to feel ready. Warriors act first. Day 80. Last day of this phase. He woke up before alarm. Not because of excitement, not because of fear, but because it was natural now. Routine was no longer a fight. It was identity. He looked in the mirror. His face looked normal, but his eyes were different. Stable, sharp, focused. He was not perfect. He still had emotions, but emotions no longer controlled him. That night, he opened the next page. His heartbeat was calm. The page had only one final message. You are ready to become disciplined. Below it, days 81 to 100, the warrior identity. He stood still for a moment. He understood. This was the final stage. Not training the body, not training focus, not controlling emotion, but becoming someone new. And deep inside, he knew the last 20 days would decide everything. By day 80, he had mastered his body, his focus, and his emotions. But the Ninpo notebook warned him, discipline is not done. Discipline is who you become. This was the final stage, the hardest, the one that would define him forever. Days 81 to 100 rule. Do not rely on rules. Do not rely on motivation. Do not rely on reminders. Act because it is who you are. Identity replaces effort. In other words, become disciplined. Day 81. He woke up before sunrise. The alarm did not matter. He did not need a timer. He simply stood up. Cold water, push-ups, silence, all done naturally. No struggle, no argument with the mind. It felt strange, effortless, and yet powerful. Day 83. His routine became instinct. Even when tired, he acted. Even when bored, he acted. Even when life distracted him, he acted. It was no longer about following rules. It was about who he was now. The old him would have debated for hours. The new him did not. The old him would have quit during pain. The new him embraced it. Day 85. A test came. His friend invited him for a late-night party. Loud music, junk food, comfort everywhere. Old him would have gone. New him considered it. Then chose action aligned with identity. He said no. He stayed home. He trained. He focused. He avoided sugar. The decision felt natural. Not forced. Not proud. Just him. Day 87. His work demanded long hours. He felt exhausted. Emotions whispered, skip your routine. Rest. Relax. But he acted anyway. Cold water. Push-ups. Silence. Then focus work. Then a hard task completed. By the evening, he realized something. Discipline was no longer a task. It was a part of him. It was automatic. It was identity. Day 90. He looked in the mirror. Same face. Same body. But different energy. Eyes sharp. Posture strong. Presence commanding. He remembered the notebook's words. You do not build discipline. You become discipline. It was not about routines anymore. It was about who he had become. Every action reflected that identity. Even small choices, even tiny habits, everything aligned. Day 93. He went for a morning walk. Sunrise was calm. Birds chirped softly. He noticed people rushing around. Late for work. Complaining. Distracted. He felt quiet pride. Not arrogance. Not superiority. Just clarity. He realized discipline was not to show others. Discipline was to free yourself, to control your life, to become untouchable by excuses, moods, or fear. Day 95. Unexpected challenge arrived. A big problem at work. Stress, deadlines, pressure. Old him would panic. Old him would procrastinate. Old him would feel powerless. New him stayed calm. He acted step by step. Focused on solution, not emotion. Worked tirelessly. Problem solved before anyone expected. This was proof. Discipline was power, not brute strength, not motivation. Power over life itself. Day 98. 2 days left. He reflected. 100 days ago, he was weak, lazy, distracted, controlled by comfort, controlled by mood. Now, he was a different person. The notebook had taught him. Body control, mornings mastered. Comfort control, hardship embraced. Mind control, focus and sharp. Emotion control, steady and calm. Identity, discipline automatic. He had not just followed rules. He had become someone else. Day 100. Final day. He woke up naturally. The sun was rising. Birds sang. He smiled quietly. He did the routine. Without thinking, without struggle, without excuses. He finished in silence. No celebration, no notification, no one watching. And yet, he felt powerful. He opened the Ninpo notebook one last time. The final page had one line. Comfort builds regret. Discipline builds power. Your old self is gone. Your new self is eternal. He closed the notebook. He looked at his reflection. It was the same body, but not the same man. He was calm. He was strong. He was unstoppable. He was disciplined, and he knew, deep inside, this was not the end. This was just the beginning. Because once discipline becomes identity, life bends to your will. Excuses lose power. Fear disappears, and ordinary humans become warriors. He whispered to himself, 100 days built me. Now nothing can break me.